We're here today with Mayor Adam Barringer outside New Smyrna Beach City Hall. And Mr. Mayor, I guess you had a shade meeting or an executive session meeting regarding litigation.
Correct. First of all, it was a special session meeting, a special meeting of the City Commission, and we went from an open format into an executive session to discuss the city essentially versus the Volusia Home Builders Association.
Mm-hmm. That was one suit of three?
That was one of three that we discussed today. That is correct.
And what were the other two?
The other two was Alexander versus the city, which has to do with a downzoning of property. And then the third one was Bill of Rights, Inc. versus the city of New Smyrna Beach, which deals with public
Now,
records.
being that you're a first-term mayor elected in November, were any of these on your watch?
They were not on my watch, but we're going to get them cleaned up on my watch.
Okay, and why don't you start with the Alexander property and just tell us a little bit about what that's all about.
That deals with downzoning of property, and there happens to be a lady who owns 4 parcels of land in the downzoned area and apparently has plans to move forward with multi-family residence, and it was downzoned to single-family residence.
And downzoning meaning decreasing size?
Decreasing density, and also decreasing from multifamily to single-family residence. And that was brought before the commission, before my commission, and it was voted against the settlement offer that they proposed, and nothing has moved forward with it. So what we have decided to do is instruct our city attorney to move forward with negotiations, to mediate it before it goes to court.
Does it seem like the lady has some merit in this case, or the city can prevail, or?
You know what? It seems like the city does. I believe that the city will prevail, but she does have certainly has some merit in this case.
Now, moving on to the next one, the Volusia Home Builders Association. What's that all about?
It's a little bit more complex to articulate in this particular video session. However, I could say that we have decided to try and settle. Actually, we've decided.
Well, it is some kind of an association.
Well, it's an association. We had non-binding arbitration. We decided not to accept the arbitration. And we're moving to trial de novo, which means the arbitration is not brought into the trial. However, we would like to settle this before it even gets to trial, obviously to minimize the costs involved.
What is the one key issue in that case? If you could summarize that, we'll break it down.
The way that the permit fees were accounted for beginning back in 03, 04, and 05.
The city's permit schedule?
That is correct.
Okay. Now the third and final lawsuit of all three, Bill of Rights versus the city of New Smyrna Beach. Tell us about that one.
Bill of Rights versus the city of New Smyrna Beach. It has to do with public records law, and specifically in this case, phone records. And the city has taken a stance as to what they believe is right, and I believe that it has gone to trial. The city did not prevail in that case, and we can either appeal it or try and settle it. In my opinion, we need to try and settle it.
Now, Bill of Rights, for those who don't know, that is the so-called shadow, NSB shadow.
I believe that is correct.
The retired New Smyrna Dam Lift, the retired circuit federal judge.
Correct.
And they had some rather extreme suggestions on there about what they want.
I didn't necessarily see them as extreme. I just thought that it may open up a lot of other issues moving forward. If you want to call it a can of worms. Unintended consequences if we would agree to what their settlement offer was.
Okay, well, we'll outline those with the video.
Okay.
And do you see all these three of these being settled one way or another?
I would like them to be settled one way or another that would minimize the cost for the taxpayers, which ultimately that's what we're in.
Is there a potentially maximum exposure to the taxpayers if you were to go to trial and lose on all three?
There certainly is. There certainly is.
What would be the maximum exposure amount? Talking $1 million?
Cumulatively, I don't think it would be close to $1 million, no. But it could be upwards of $500,000.
And how much you think it'll cost regardless of whether you go to court or not? There's going to be some money involved, I would assume.
There'll be some money involved, there's no doubt about that.
But you have an in-house attorney.
That is correct.
Mr. Gummy, Brett Gummy.
And it all remains to be seen, and it'll come before the City Commission, and it'll be into public records.
Well, sounds like Mayor's got a lot on his plate these days.
Absolutely.
And moving forward in a good way. And
trying to.
For Mayor Adam Barringer, this is Henry Frederick of NSBnews.net.
Thank you.